Well, folks, looks like it's finally time to unbox the huge engines haul that I got at the slot car model train shop. Basically, in my slot car model train shop, they were selling bags of engines for $5 each, and I just couldn't resist. So I bought 5 bags. I've got a ton of engines. I've been talking about doing an unboxing for days now. Today is finally the day. So I'm going to do that, but first of all I need to get a bigger table because this table is not adequate for the amount of stuff I bought. It just will not fit everything, so let me get a bigger table, then we'll unbox this stuff. Okay folks, I got a table set up. It's not really a table. I couldn't find a table, so I just took a piece of plywood and stuck that on a demi-shelf. And over here is our box of engines. This thing is packed to the brim with engines. This is an entire box of engines. So I'm gonna haul that over there. I swear that thing's like 28 pounds. Anyways, let's get on with this crazy unboxing. Obviously, the store was not selling everything in a box. I put it in a box because this thing was going to be coming on an 8-hour car ride from Maine up here to Canada, so I just wanted to make sure everything would be protected. Not 100% of the stuff in here is the stuff I bought at the shop, but I will point out anything that is not something I bought at the shop. It's only like 2 things. Okay, here we go. First of all, these are just the 2 engines I bought at that antique store, so I did not buy these at the shop. So I'm actually just going to set these aside somewhere. Okay, hopefully that won't tip over. So anyways, they were selling these things for $5 a bag. So this was I think one of the first bags I bought. It's all very random. A lot of it's just sold off as parts. First engine, just a little bitty New York Central engine. Second engine, this is an old Tyco Santa Fe. As you can see, a lot of these are in rough shape. There are some that are completely intact though. The shell, I believe, was custom made. It's pretty cool. We've got another Tyco engine in here. This is a Kansas Dungaro, Colorado. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So there's that. And then finally, last of all, we have a Southern Pacific. Very, very cool. It's missing its front wheels. This is, by the way, just part of that engine right there. So that's just the first bag. Again, I bought like 5 bags, so there's a lot more stuff. I didn't regret buying so many bags too, because it turned out some of the shells and chassis were actually in mixed up bags, so it's kind of interesting that I actually have some of the shells that are empty actually do have bodies in some of the other bags. This one is very cool. This is a Atherton band drive engine, Baltimore and Ohio. It's in pretty good condition. It just needs to have this area worked on. It obviously needs rubber bands, and the motor likely has an issue. Again, these things were all being sold off as parts, so there is very, very good chances that none of it works yet. I thought this was very cool because this is not an engine, it's a dummy engine, and I really don't see what's wrong with it. And it looks really cool. It's an HM Tempo, I believe. Yep, made in Slovenia. The next one is some kind of old life leg. Can't remember. It's a GP30 or something? I don't know, to be honest. And then just a whole bunch of old lifelike bodies and things like that. I'll just put those off to the side for now. You can really see how much capacity I got in these things. It's crazy. This one right here is an old Burlington Northern. It's just a shell though, unfortunately. Right after that, I got this one here. I already have one just like it. This is, here, if I can get it out of the bag. Do you guys remember that American Flyer locomotive I've shown in a few of my videos? This is pretty much identical, except it's got the front part. This one also likely doesn't work though, so maybe we can combine them and get it working, or maybe, I don't know. I really don't know what we should do, but we've got another one now, so there are options. And then last of all, I was quite shocked to see this in there. An Bachmann Santa Fe. Again, this one doesn't likely work, but still, an Athearn. And I calculated that, I probably bought about 25 of these, and I paid 27 bucks for it, American. That these things probably come to close to maybe $1 a piece, probably a little more, especially with the current exchange rate. The next box we have is quite a special box. And the reason it's special is because it has a lot of them that are completely intact. This is an old Tyco. I've kind of hinted that I got a Southern Pacific Tyco. I did notice one thing about it. You see the wheels, they're both on the same side. So hopefully that's the problem, in which case we just got a really cool shark nose engine for pretty much $1. And I already have Southern Pacific rolling stock, and I think this thing would just look so cool. So this is definitely one of the ones that I'll probably make a video about. After that, we have another one that's in not so good shape. It's a Tyco Chattanooga. Missing the front piece, missing the cab. The tender's pretty much completely intact, which is really good news, because if I decide not to restore this one, there are likely parts in this one that we can use in the Tyco Royal Blue. And you'll notice the wheels are made out of a much better material than the Royal Blue. So I suspect this one was made later, and they were just using better quality products in it. Here, let me just put that there. Just want to make sure everything's in frame. Yes, it is. Good. We've got a couple other ones that are kind of interesting. Bachmann Santa Fe. This one I'd say we'll probably be able to get working. And then after that we've got another lifelike body, another shell I should say. This shell is in, whoops. I was about to say it's in perfect shape. I accidentally just broke the lights out, but it has almost every handrail, so this, somebody might want this, so that's kind of cool. Obviously, I'm not going to keep 100% of this stuff because I don't have use for it all, and I don't just want to be hoarding broken model trains. I have to get them working somehow, or give them to somebody who wants them. Then this is the final bag. This one had some pretty cool stuff. Some stuff I've always wanted. Stuff I've wanted since I was like 12. So it was kind of special that I managed to get this. I hope I can get these ones working. Obviously, there are so many broken ones, though, that the ones I'm not as inclined to get working, I could steal parts off of. Tyco Golden Eagle. I know this thing is not realistic in any way, but there's just some kind of classic model train type thing about it. I don't know. I apologize for that, folks. The camera ran out of storage. Anyways, like I was saying, there was some kind of just classic model train-like quality about it. And I've just always wanted one. It's just ridiculous, you know? So, that's one of them. Over here we have a pretty cool, it's an old Pennsylvania one. I think it's an F7. Yeah, I believe so. That's pretty cool. It's a Manoa Tyco. This one's completely intact too, so we might be able to get this one in working order, which would be very, very cool. Here's an old Union Pacific engine. The body's not sitting in the shell quite right. This one's very cool. It's pretty well painted. It's coming off a little bit, but I like the paint scheme on this one. So, yeah, excellent. And I'd assume this is to go with the Union Pacific. Just a little caboose. Nothing really too special. It's missing its trucks. So I'll put that one over there with that. And that pretty much concludes the whole haul from Maine. It's going to be really tricky to see what works and what doesn't, but there's a few of these in particular that I really want to do videos on. And I've also been thinking too, there might be enough stuff with all the shells and equipment I got out of this lot to recreate the train from the movie Runaway Train. If you haven't seen Runaway Train, there are basically 4 locomotives. I guess that'd be a quad header. I'm not sure if that's a term used on the railroad, but yeah, 4 trains, and they're all painted black, and they're covered in snow, and they suit the movie perfectly. And I've always just thought that was so cool, having, you know, a whole lot of big, powerful engines like that. And I've already painted one to look like the F3 from that movie, but, you know, I could maybe paint this one up to be the head engine, and paint this one to be one of the Jeeps that's on the back. So, yeah, there's options there too. So, a lot of potential with this lot. I just have to determine what's worth keeping and what needs to be passed on to someone else. So that concludes the video for today. I'm really happy with this lot, and I think we're gonna probably make some videos out of some of these engines. Hint, hint. Also, I think a face reveal may be coming very, very soon. So that might be coming up possibly in the next few days. Another video that I might try to do is there's that controller I bought in Arm Prior. I want to modernize that, make it a modern controller of the future. And finally, I have a railway speeder, or railway go-kart as some people call them, in the works. So I think I'm going to make a video about that too, because I think that's a project that, if it turns out right, is going to be very, very cool. So stay tuned for all that. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.